for us what really it means for us to keep our dreams alive. You might be dreaming, you might be having a goal, you might be having an objective. So what does it mean for you to keep those dreams alive? And please, I encourage that you be keen in listening. Maybe your turning point this very evening. You might be dilly-dallying with something for long. Maybe today is a breakthrough. Don't take it light. So we shall be giving the next 40 minutes for our reactions and questions. By exactly 7 p.m., we shall be closing. Thank you so much. And if you don't want your points to be forgotten, you can keep dropping them on the chat box for so I'll take note of them and I'll read them. So with all the humility, allow me to welcome our keynote speaker, that is Honorable Afida Ronald, who is on, and I'm happy that he accepted our invitation to be the keynote speaker for this great evening. So, Honorable, you're welcome. You can take this chance to introduce yourself, to say whatever you want these participants to know about you. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, those who are listening to me online and those with whom we are having it face-to-face. Baker, we have an honor of having 6 of us having an interactive face-to-face. And before I get to the details of our topic today, it would be prudent for us to introduce ourselves because we are not still so many. I see about 25 of us. We can give ourselves 30 seconds each. As said, my name is Afida Ronald, and I represent the people of Lower Madi as a member of parliament for the August House. That is the 11th parliament. And I do personal business in the names called Boki Investments. That deals in transportation, and the other business is called Jubilee Finance. It's a microfinance institution. We help business incubators, people who want to use money to make money. We do work together with them. And of course, I learned a little bit of farming. I plant trees, and I'm trying to be a farmer because the greatest gold is in the soil. And therefore, that said, I would request we introduce ourselves, beginning with those who are present in Golden Courts Hotel. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Those who are there present, please, may you use the same, maybe the same gadget which the speaker is using, so that we can see your face. Hey, I want to see you. Then you tell us your name briefly. Just it's enough. We go on.
Good evening. I am John Ondoma. I am not a youth. I am a retired person. I've come to participate in this, listening to this topic, keeping your dreams alive. And you're wondering why I must interest myself in this topic when I'm in the evening hours of my life.
Thank you so much, John.
Yes.
Sorry, the network is breaking.
Yes. Okay, I'm Like. My name is Geoffrey Adrako, a youth in St. Philip's Church. Yeah, we're ready to participate in this program, and I know it's going to bless many people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone, viewers online. My name is Yuki Morris Larry, and willing to hear from our person presenting this topic today. Thank you.
Wow.
Hello everyone. Glad to have you on this platform tonight. My name is Belinda Bugamunguchi. Okay, let all the hidden and dead dreams come back to life tonight. Can't wait to hear from the Honorable. Thank you.
Thank you, Belinda.
Hello, good evening. My name is George. I'm the guy on the tech team.
Wow, the technologian, the technical person. Thank you, George, for creating every link that we're using today, for creating this platform, everything. Thank you. Let me cross over to those who are online, who are attending virtually. Let me begin from, I don't know how, because the name which might appear top for me on my list will not be top on your list. So I don't know. But let me begin with, okay. Ashibazu, would you just put your camera on and we see you? Then you tell us your name.
Well, sorry, I can't put my camera on. Just sorry, but I think the audio can work out. Because I see Winnie and I'm a student. I feel very blessed that I'm part of it, and I know that my dreams are gonna be alive. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next is Ba'alori Kuku Asele Benjamin. Would like to hear your voice and introduce yourself and your profession, probably.
Yes, good evening, members. My name is Asele Benjamin Waya. I am happy to be part of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see Banoliji Nobat, a quick one.
Okay, thank you. I am an agriculturalist at Change Trainings. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Those of you who are seeing him for the first time, for our first keynote speaker, and he spoke about positive thinking. Next, Belinda, I'm bypassing you. I go to Caesar Draza Victor. Caesar, quick one.
Yes, I get me. Hello.
Yes, we're getting you.
Okay. As you have said, yeah, I'm Brother Caesar. I was kind of traveling, but I've just arrived to Arua now. I'm glad to be part of this. And I'm here with my wife.
Wow.
So we shall be listening.
Thank you. Welcome, Susan family. Comfort, peace, Aikoro.
I'm from the land of oil.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm called Comfort. Aikoro, like Becca introduced. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Hearing your voice is very important. Alex. We are on Rachomari, Alex. Wow, I don't know, but let me cross over to Fred as Alex is on hold and cross over to Fred. Fred, I see your video on, but you're not talking. Okay, let me bypass that. I go to Derek Passy. Passy would like to hear from you. Just a greeting and your name, then maybe a clip can do.
All right, thank you. Derek Passy, and my regards to everyone online on the Zoom. Actually, I didn't know that there was Zoom or something of this nature going on until I just got to Facebook and I saw this link. I was like, I should really tap in and check out what's going on. So I'm really happy to be part of this. And it so happens that I'm not alone. I'm with Andy Opingopi, who I think will want to say hi also to each and everyone over here. Hello, everyone.
Andy.
How you doing?
Wow, we're
Yo.
good. Thank you. Wow, that is from Andy Opingopi. Yeah, these two guys, they are media practitioners. So, guys, welcome on board. I cross over to Jonathan M.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Jonathan Bonaviencha. A pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Kesunge Patrick. Yes, I'm seeing your video, but your mic is still off.
My name is called Kesunge Patrick. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you, evening. Thank you. Wow. Lekuru Grace Lectures.
Hello, Becca. Good evening, I'm Grace. Lekuru from Ajumani, thanks.
AUX mode.
Hello, Becca. Is that a problem? Okay, can the next person introduce himself or herself, or introductions are done? All right. Can you hear me, all those who are online? Becca? Grace Lectures, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Jonathan, can you hear me?
I'm getting
Yes, please.
Oh, excellent. Okay, right. I want to assume that introductions are done and Baker should be having some small complication with his network. Any person who has not done an introduction, I give you 1 minute to come on.
Good evening, everyone.
This is Job.
Yes, Job, thank you. Next person.
I am noted as that's why my Zoom was registered.
Okay.
Was
registered.
Good evening, everyone. I am Remora, currently in Obongi.
Oh, from Obongi. Thank you so much.
Obongi district. It's a pleasure to be in this forum. I'm a social worker. Thank you.
Thank you, Remo. Next person.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Paul Abaruti, live here in Arua, Awindiri. I'm a social worker by profession. I work with IRST. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Abaro, for being in the city. Any next person?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Adiru Gladys. I am getting you live in Arua. I am a social worker by profession, and I'm very glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, Adiru, we're expecting you to be on a face-to-face. Why have you opted to do that? Anyhow, no problem. Next person.
Okay.
Hello.
Next.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm called Maremo Gubakis. I'm a youth activist and a businessman operating in Juba, South Sudan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariamungo. for getting us on board from Juba. The next person. All right, I want to assume that our introductions are all done, and I want to encourage all of you, please, to switch off your mics so that we can get on well. I know we've spent some time in the introductions and knowing each other. We do hope that all is going to be well. We can use the chat to continue on. As said, my name is Afidra Ronald. I represent the people of Lower Madi. That's a member of parliament in the 11th parliament, and in the August House. First, I want to really say thank you to Becca and the team of St. Philip's for identifying me as one of the persons to be able to share on this topic that keep your dream alive. I don't understand why they made mention of me to come and speak, but I'll do my best within my abilities and be able to listen from the team. And I want to say thank you to John Ondoma, who is again present with us in Golden Court, where as youth, we may not go well, he can be able to jump in to direct us because he said he's now on his evening time. Thank you so much. The topic we have today is called Keep Your Dream Alive. I want to begin with a few questions because it is online. I know it's being recorded. Dreams are blueprints for our lives. The first thing we should be able to know is that if you want to have a blueprint in your life, you should be able to have a dream. Blueprints are mostly used by engineers to design foundations or to design buildings. And without a blueprint, foundations and buildings cannot hold. Second is that nothing comes in by luck. In life, I've learned over a small time that there's nothing in life called luck. I tell people the lucky times in life ended during Amini's time, because that was the time where some people who could not be able to own buildings were graciously given buildings in Kampala Street from the Indians, and they were lucky. So luck ends during Amini's time, and therefore luck means, my definition for luck as we keep our dream alive is we must be prepared. It is preparedness meeting an opportunity. If we are prepared in our lives, and then opportunities are quite many in the world, and therefore one can say you become lucky. The third issue from this talk is I would really much want to derive a lot of examples from my own small life experience of living for 42 years on earth so far, because I'm 42 years old. Now, youth, I want to begin with this small question. Not a question, but again, another statement is that nothing on earth that you cannot achieve if you set yourself to do it. On this planet Earth, if you are set to do something, nothing will stop you from doing it as long as you're set to do. And this brings me the question, what is a dream? As I said, dreams are blueprints for our lives, and blueprints are derived from engineering experiences if you want to build a house. The other analogy is that you cannot keep what you do not have. Because the topic today says, keep your dream alive. What is a dream? And therefore, if you do not dream, you cannot keep what you do not have. And that is where I want us to derive from our conversations this evening. Dreams are important for all ages in our lives. Whether you're young or you're old, dreams are an important aspect of our lives. If you derive it from the Bible talks about young men do what? Young men see visions and old men dream dreams. But you see, the topic you've given me is the reverse. Now, how should we young men now see visions when the Bible says, dream dreams when the Bible says dreams are to be, is it dreamt by the elderly? But leaving that aside, I want us to get to what really the topic is. As I said, dreams are important for all ages of life, whether a child, whether a youth, an adult, or an elder person. I've said the importance of dreams are as follows. I want to highlight this, if you can keep writing it. Dreams, they give your life purpose. There's a book written by, I've forgotten the man's name, it's called Purpose-Driven Life. If you want to have purpose in your life, Rick Warren's Purpose-Driven Life. I want to encourage all of us youth to be able to read that book by Rick Warren. Therefore, dreams give purpose to our lives. The second aspect related to dreams is that as youth, if we want to have dreams, dreams give direction to a destination. All youth who are listening, or adult or age, if you want to go to a point X, you should have a dream. All of us, we should have destinations in our life, a point X where we want to arrive at in our life. Whether at the age of 30 or 40 or 60 or 120 or 140. All of us should have a destination. And therefore, if we desire to have a destination, like today we traveled from Kampala and our destination was Arua. And indeed, we have arrived right for this talk. Third is that dreams give meaning to our lives. If we want to live a meaningful life, and that should be reflected from what we dream. And hence, everybody should be able to have this. Again, dreams shape your life choices. Life has got so many choices. And these choices, as youth, I can say, we can choose to smoke, and we may not choose to smoke. And that's a choice that a youth needs to make. And if you dream, and they know that smoking gives us cancer, as a youth, you may abstain from smoking because you have a purpose in your life. You know the challenges smoke gives you. For example, if you want to get married at an age of 20, that's your dream. You say that by the age of 20, you need to get married, or at the age of 35, or at the age of 40. You dream in your life to get married at the age of 40 because you want to prepare yourself to achieve that desired marriage. You then do all the things in your life. Your dream is to get a good husband at the age of 40. You need to prepare for. In our culture, maybe if you don't have animals, you need to get animals, and the animals multiply. At the end, you may get maybe 50 cows to send as dowry to your spouse. Dreams, you may choose to get educated, if that's your dream, to get educated. Or you may choose not. There are people who've been lucky to grow in the hands of those who have. And their choices in life is not to study because they have everything. But for many more of us, if you dream to become a doctor, if you dream to become an engineer, you may choose to get educated. And then through the hassles of life in education, there you go. These are the choices dreams offer to us. Or you can dream to do business or not to do business. These are choices. The dreams shape our choices in life. Again, dreams are an expression of your life potential and give voice to your talents. Youth, we do have a lot of potential which is untapped. And therefore, if you dream to aspire through your life potential, that talent of yours will become your voice as a youth, and that will carry you on. Everybody will know you by that potential you have. If the potential is in sports, as a youth, and your dream is to become an international sportsman or a runner or whichever way, there you can be able to go. Of course, dreams are a source of pleasure and help develop ourselves. This, in summary, I can say that dreams can change our world. Dreams can change your destination. Dreams can change your status quo. If as youth we need changes in our lives, before the change changes us, we must be able to dream. And these dreams make us change our environment, change our lives, change our status. And this has happened to many people in the world. And this set a blueprint right from the start. Therefore, I want to say that we all have dreams in our lives that at first seem and feel impossible, because everybody dreams in life. You may think it is very impossible to achieve it. Maybe getting a business startup. You want to start a business, and it is very impossible. You don't know where to start. I can share my example. I started a business called Boki Investment, but many years ago, when I was in when I finished university in the year 2004. Not even that. It was when I was working with John Ondoma in SIL. I decided to have a transport company. Very small in that sense that there was an opportunity. SIL wanted to buy bicycles for some people, 12 bicycles. And I was given that privilege to buy the bicycles. And because I knew bicycles across Congo would be cheaper than the bicycles across in Uganda, I decided to ride to Congo in Arua to buy Phoenix bicycles. Out of that, I saved some money. And then along the way, when I finished university, I bought my first 6 bicycles in Iwata. 6 bicycles. Some of the bicycles, actually all the 6 bicycles that I bought were all old bicycles in Gaga. I assembled them because the idea I had was that if I give these bicycles to the youth, they'll be giving me 1,000 every day. And 6 bicycles, that means every day I will have 6,000. I thought that was great money in 2004. So that's where the transport idea, I conceived it. Then from the bicycle, it went to my first motorbike, meaning that I had the desire to do some logistics or transportation, but I had to start. That was my dream. My dream was if one day I'll have a bus, maybe one day I'll have trailers, maybe one day I'll have an aeroplane. I was dreaming, but I needed to start with a bicycle. So the bicycle helped me. And what felt impossible, I would say, along the way, I was able to buy a few more other vehicles, from bicycle to motorbikes, from motorbikes to vehicle, and even small 2 minibuses. So nothing that is impossible, that seems impossible. If you have a dream, you will be able to do it. Now, the next thing I want to turn to is, as youth, as we go in life, personally, I was faced with challenges in life. And I called it barriers and challenges to achieving our dream. So before I get to this, I want everybody who is under my voice to be able to write down, what do you dream of just coming in your life? What do you want to be like? What is your aspiration? What is your dream? That at the end of 50 years, at the end of 80 years, at the end of 100 years, what do you want to become like? Please write it down. And because those are your aspirations, those are the issues that you want to achieve in life. And therefore, because we want to achieve these things in life, there are always barriers and obstacles and challenges Because as youth, we have so many limitations, but we need to break those barriers down after understanding them so that we can be able to move with our dreams and achieve them. And that brings me the question, preparedness. Once we know the challenges of achieving or living our dreams, then we can be able to know how best to prepare. So what are these barriers and challenges to living our dream? One, as a youth, still I am a youth, much as at the age of 42. One of the critical things that has affected, or that is affecting us as youth, is comparing yourself to others. It is easier to fall into the trap of comparison because you want to be like so-and-so, you want to be like so-and-so, you want to be like so-and-so's son or daughter. Look around you, and there's probably someone already doing what you want to do in life. Your dream is already being taken by somebody. I would say that when I dreamt of having maybe a transport company, there are so many other people who are having transport companies. You may be tempted to compare yourself to these other people. But I want to say, by comparing yourself to where they are and think how in the world you can compete with that will drag you down and reinforce a mentality of scarcity and fear. Because those who've already arrived are the ones you're looking to comparing yourself to. You don't know their struggles in life up to now, how they have arrived. Therefore, I want to say, never compare yourself to others in your dream life, but use others as encouragement, learn from them so that you can be able to move and pursue your dream and achieve it. The second barrier in life as an obstacle or challenge to us achieving our dream is the fear of change and success. Many people enjoy the status quo. Let me say this, many people, especially in West Nile, in Uganda, even at large in Africa, we enjoy the status quo. This literally means I grew in a grass-thatched house. My father grew in a grass-thatched house. We were produced in a grass-thatched house. In my village, I cannot put a mabati or an iron roofed house because if I put it, they are going to bewitch me. Our status quo is that we are always poor. For me, I come from a poor background. There's nothing I have at hand to change my situation. There's nothing you fear to change when the opportunities knock. And the fear of success is that if I succeed, so-and-so will look at me with bad eyes. These are so many barriers which stops many more of us as youth from living our dream or keeping our dream alive. For instance, if you dream in life to stay or sleep in a tiled roof, from a grass-thatched roof, keep that dream, even if everybody in your family is living in a grass-thatched house. That is your dream. Nobody should be able to stop you from achieving that dream. And therefore, this makes us to stay in our comfort zones. We are comfortable with the poverty. We are comfortable with the status quo. We are comfortable with walking. We are comfortable with taking a boda boda. We are comfortable with the status quo because fear of change limits and stops your success. I want to say that success is the unknown, and the unknown is often feared. You don't know the future. The future is unknown. You have this dream, but sometimes when you reach there, it is amazing. It is quite unknown, and it is being feared because people do not want to go to the unknown. The other issue is perfectionism. This literally means that for you to start building a house, a grass-thatched house, you want to figure out everything to be in place before you lay the foundation. I talked about the blueprint. You can have your blueprint, your dream house without bricks. Perfectionists would want every piece of the puzzle to be in place. And this creates uncertainties in life. And therefore, you cannot, it becomes a hindrance in achieving your dream. I'll give a scenario. A youth wants to marry. Oh, who? What's your name? Jovan wants to marry a beautiful wife. She has the girlfriend. But Jovan has only 3 cows. For Jovan to take a step by faith that I will go and introduce this lady, this beautiful wife of mine, this girlfriend, Jovan cannot take that step because he wants 12 what cows arranged, 5 million in place, everything in place first. And oftentimes, such beautiful women or ladies go off our hands because we want everything to be in place. It is painful at the end because you would have lost what you wanted to gain. Perfectionists, for us to achieving our dreams, it is very difficult. And this leads in high anxiety, and it is very. Youth, I want to say that oftentimes we see ourselves less than who we are really. And we feel we are unworthy to receive all that we deserve. You cut your coat less. Here, I want to share a small example of mine. I got my first job after school with B Natural Products. I was paid 250,000 Uganda shillings after my degree. But my contract was reading 800,000. How can a degree holder get 250 from Makerere, of course, a prestigious university? How can I, after 4 years, earn 250? But I kept doing the work in Idiofe. With time, I had to push for what was due for me because I was worth what I'd wanted to get. We negotiated and I was given about 600,000. I thought that wasn't a lie. I mean, not a less offer to me. I kept doing it. And along the way, I got consultancies. My first consultancy was with GIZ. And then I had under Alfred, under Nutricare. I was paid 800,000 right from the start. And I cut that coat. I negotiated it because that was my worthiness. And friends, from there, from GIZ here, I realized I had gaps in education. So I had to go for my master's program in Makerere. I sponsored myself because there were education gaps. After 1 year in the master's program, I got job with USAID. My first salary was $1,200 from 800 because you appreciate your value. You know your worthiness. And there should be no barrier to stop your self-worthiness. Let's not doubt ourselves. If you know your potential inside, you're able to get what you want. Until I got a job with Food Fortification Initiative to do the work for the Africa region. For the last 10 years, I've been moving within Africa. And I'll be glad to say that my salary was close to $5,000 because I said, this is my worth. When I tell people this is what I could get, some could not believe so. But I said, sometimes I feel, who am I to get all this $5,000? And that is what I was able to use. Know yourself, go for what you want. Don't doubt yourself if you know your content as a youth, so that your dream in life can be achieved. The last two I want to briefly talk about as barriers to stopping youth from living our dream is time. Youth, we do not have time for ourselves. I remember in St. Philip's Church, many years ago, we had a youth retreat in Rag. Onesimus back to work with Apple, and we invited him for a talk. And the talk was simple. How can we appreciate our lives as youth? And this is what Onesimus told us. Youth of St. Philip's, if you love yourselves, give for yourself some time. He called it self-examination. Go and have time for yourself and go and talk to yourself in Ragen Beach. Alone, meditate, think about yourself. We have been caught up in a busy life of WhatsApp. We've been caught in a busy life of Facebook. We've been caught in a busy life of watching TVs. Youth of these days have been caught up in a busy life of doing nothing that appreciates your life. And if you want to live the dream of your life, just ask yourself, the time you're spending on WhatsApp, is it adding up to achieving your dream? Is the WhatsApp helping you achieve your dream? Is watching the TV for 2 hours, for 3 hours? Is watching Man U play, is it Arsenal? Is watching over a weekend 6 teams play adding to achieving your dream in life? Because some people are now living, at 40, they're living their dream life. But some of us are at 50, we've not yet achieved our dream. And we're busy watching soccer, spending your time. Time is a precious commodity. Let us spend time. It's a barrier for us to achieving our dream. And of course, the other one is care about what others think. This is very crucial. I would say very crucial for us. What are other people thinking and speaking about the way I dress, the way I do my things, the way I drive? Let people mind their business. You are on your path to your dream. There are so many statements people can. You know, the world does not want good for one. The world, the people in the world, even your closest brother and sister, may not want good for you. They may be talking so many bad things about you. So if as a youth, you listen to what others speak about you or your dream, that becomes a barrier. Pursue what you want and desire to get it, and therefore you live your dream. The last two, I've said the last three. Now the fear of failure. Fear of failure. I want to give us the knowledge of being a child. A child is born and begins to sit, and after sitting, many times before he sits or she sits, she will fall down many times. Not so? Before even begins to crawl. But the most significant statement is before the child begins to walk, the child will fall down how many times? Many more times. Does that stop the child from walking? Because the dream world of the child is, how can I move like the other people who are moving? The fear of failure. In businesses, you can start so many more other businesses and they may collapse. That does not stop you from starting another business. I gave some 2 examples of fear of failure. There's a man called Roosevelt, an American president. He stood as a governor many times and failed. He stood as a president of the United States many times, 4 or 5 times. The man Roosevelt failed. And the last time he stood, he won the election. And he said, he has known many more other ways where it does not work for him to become a president. Only one way he knew. The last time he stood as a president of the United States, he won. So he learned how it works. And he learned again how it does not work. So the joy of winning at the end, of overcoming failures in life, much more important than failing continuously. Of course, the other example is Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was an American great physician. The man who invented the lights we are seeing, these bulbs. Albert Einstein said he found out 99 ways of not manufacturing the bulb. In the 100th way, the bulb we're seeing, he got the ways of making it. So he said there are 99 ways of where he did not know how a bulb, light can come through the bulb. In the 100th way, he got that. And now everywhere in the world, people are using bulbs. So the joy, the riches, the success in under lights convert through the bulb is what Albert Einstein provided for the world. And his generation is to continue to be successful. There are so many wrong things becomes an obstacle for us to succeed and achieve and live our dreams. Wrong decisions are there every day we live in our lives. I want to again share one example. This is now a very political example. In 2014 and 15, in Arua district, there was an NRM primary election. We wanted to become, NRM wanted to form the district executive committee. A member of 5, the chief, secretary for finance, and vice chairperson. I was a fresher, kind of in politics. But I'm like, should I make a decision to stand in this election? What if I fail? I mean, I failed in the NRM primary election. Because in my mind, if I won the district executive committee, that will set for me a precedent to campaign for my primary election in NRM and be able to become a leader in Madiokolo district. So I took a decision to work together with the Honorable Adjedra, Gabriel Adjedra. By then he was a minister. We made an alliance, and the alliance was finalized at around midnight. By 1 o'clock late, Kano Abiriga called on me. He said he wants alliance with me so that Honorable Atima Jackson should be the party chairman in Arua district. And Abiriga is my own. Adjedra was from Vora. So I decided to contemplate, did I make the rightful decision to be in alliance with Adjedra? Or I should withdraw and go with who? Abiriga. But because it was 1 a.m., I told Abiriga, I said, no, I've already made an alliance with Adjedra. And indeed, that decision I took to remain with Adjedra made me and Adjedra and all our team to win the elections of Arua district. And I became the Secretary for Finance for Arua district, NRM. And that position was held previously by who? By Honorable Martin Brito, the Member of Parliament from Madiokolo. So that literally means I hosted a Member of Parliament. I didn't bother much, who am I to stand? But I had to make a strategic decision for that position. Whether it was a wrong decision or a right one, but for me, I believe it was now a right decision. In life, there are decisions for us to make. My youth of West Nile and the youth who are under my voice. The last and very important thing that I want to speak with gratitude, with humility, if we want to live the dream of our lives, is something called delayed gratification. That is an English word, delayed gratification. I may not explain it much, but our culture craves immediate gratification. Our culture is that our parents send us to school. Once we finish school, we get employed. That's what they said. Become a doctor, become a social scientist, become an ICT. Next is for you to get a job. Once you get the job, you buy a car or you buy a motorbike. After buying a motorbike, you build a house. After building a house, marry a beautiful wife. I want to tell us youth, if we do not want to delay gratification, I don't know how can we explain gratification in English. Delayed gratification.
It is, well, waiting.
Yes.
A little longer to be happy with what you want.
Waiting a little bit longer to be happy with what you want in life. If all of us want to live our dreams, if we want our dreams to come to pass, and oftentimes most of these dreams have got financial implications. And therefore, money is very scarce. We may ensure that the money multiplies longer. We wait a little bit longer so that we can be able to achieve what we desire to achieve in our life. But the youth of today, they want everything to be done on spot. We do not want to wait. We do not want to wait even for that beautiful lady. We do not want to wait for that. It is a hurried life we're living. Therefore, I want to say that dreams take time. Visions to come to pass, they need time. And that time may be days, maybe months, maybe years, maybe even a decade. And therefore, we need to focus all our efforts on that dream so that we can achieve it in life. There's a statement which says that one step at a time. Is it called Lego? There's a building blocks, Lego, how kids build houses. And therefore, if you want to live the dream of our lives, you need to take one step at a time towards our dream. The building blocks of our visions or of our dreams are quite many. We need to put them all in place. And this can be able to achieve, and we can live our dream life. One day I met a man, I can mention his name here, it's called Angubwa Peter. He works with the housing finance. We visited his house as youth in in Makerere University. Because he was driving a very good car when we were in campus, all of us believed that we needed to finish campus and we need to drive like who? Angubwa Peter. And one day he invited us for fellowship in his house. And the houses we used to see in the Nigerian movie was what we entered into. We entered into his house. It was looking like, you know, where bedrooms are up in the Gorofa. Eh? I'm like, Angubwa Peter. Until with Dr. Sylvia, the wife. And then they said, my brethren, we are now living the dream of our lives. We had dreamt to have a house like this. Now we have it. We are living in it. There's nothing now we do not want to struggle for. We have a car. God has blessed us. Now we're living the dream of our lives. Many people have now arrived. Maybe John, you've already arrived. Many people have arrived in their lives. There's nothing more they want to add. They are now living the dream of their lives. But the youth, I can't say that we have arrived. In this talk, none of us has arrived. We are a work in progress, and the progress is towards our dream. The third last section of my talk is now, how can we make our dream come to pass? How can we make this dream come to pass? And if you have your books, you write these ones very carefully. 1, dream of greatness. The first one is, if you want to live your dream life, if you want your dream to come to pass, dream of greatness. As I said, everything starts in your mind and in your heart. Let your mind be occupied with what? Greatness. Let your heart pump with greatness. All great achievements done by people started with ideas, started with thoughts, started with thinking. Let your mind think of something great. How do I say? I don't know whether Joel Aitai is here. He's my friend, and he's a board chairperson for his group of companies. With Joel, we think of greatness. In Arua, we're thinking of how can we build Arua Hill Stadium. This stadium we're thinking. Many people have come with assertion that it belongs to Salim Saleh, it belongs to whoever. But I'm very happy, man, because this is a dream which Joel started. He shared with me. He shared with 2-3 other persons, and we said this can come to pass. And today, when you drive through, you see structures standing where? In Arua Hill. You were like, how can we attract market in West Nile in Arua City? Until this Arua Hill coming to pass. We dreamt big, greatness. This literally means we need to imagine. If you want to succeed, or if you want to have a great life, imagine things, dream big things. Even dream of having your own plane. Eh? You need to fly from
Hello, Honorable, we have lost you a little bit. No network. Good.
the earth will do that dream of yours. Nobody else. It is only you. You imagined it, not so. Now, whom do you want it to do it? If you do not want to do it, nobody will do it. And do not let people bring you down along your dream. Some will say this is too big. You cannot do it. Some will say this is rather hard work. But I want to say it is possible. The second step. First one is dream of greatness. You want to be a great comedian, maybe in Arua City. You want to be a great social worker. You want to be a great teacher. You want to be a great king. You want to be a great politician. You want to be a great businessman. Nobody above you are the greatest. Like what, who? Becker. Becker says Becker the Great. Because he is thinking of greatness. One day Becker will become the great in whatever he's doing. That is dream of greatness. Second, believe that it is possible. Yes, your dreams need to be big. They must demand and represent something that is much bigger than you. If you're bigger than your dream, I don't know how you will end up living. Nothing will inspire you. Just believe that it's great. I mean, it is possible. Therefore, it will help you to set your goals, your visions, your activities to achieve that big dream. You will begin to unpack it. As I said, if you want to build, it is the blueprint. Once you set the foundation, then you begin to say, no, for me, I need to lay bricks. Not so. If I want to build this bungalow, I should go and lay bricks. But for me to lay bricks, I should go and either dig the mud and prepare the bricks, or I buy the bricks. So you break this big dream into small, achievable parts. And towards the end, you'll be able to work it out. The third step is visualize it. You know, you need to visualize. People who achieve their dreams and great goals have the habit of imagining things. Yeah? You need to live in imagination. Just you walk with swag in your imagination. You want to assume and walk that today you are addressing 10,000 crowd, maybe with choir. Or if you're a musician, you're like, no, you're going to have tour to Africa, where all the 54 states in Africa, you're going to tour them using your own plane. And therefore, when you come to Uganda, you will be in Inambole. Many people, you'll be concerned. You like visualization. Oh, you want to dream of having a big house. Begin to imagine it from your grass-thatched house. That your house, you're sleeping here, you'll be switching on from here. And therefore, you're no longer will you go and drop your poo-poo in the pit latrine, but you will be putting it in the house, you will flush. You begin to live in imagination. Now, when your imaginations consume you up, realities will begin to unfold. Much of the successes people have, they put it in visualization. They visualize it, and then hence it comes to pass. As I draw closer to my conclusion, the other thing is that you need to tell to others about your plans. Tell to others. Please and please, my brothers and sisters, if you want to live the dream world in reality, one of the reasons why dreams remain dreams is because the person who has them is too afraid to share their aspiration. You want to say, this is my dream. If I share it with who? Indy. If I share it with Joel, if I share it with John, he will take it up. That culture is true in the blacks. Too much. You want to start a business. You know where to do it, but you say, if I share it with Alex, you keep your dreams to yourself, and the dreams will not come to pass. However, once you tell what you will do, you are sending a message to the universe of what you want. If you tell the world that you want to become a musician, a renowned musician, the message is clear. The people are going to know that who is the musician that is going to become the great, this one. So the world will begin to know. And then along the way of sharing with others, there are many more other people who will help you now achieve that dream. I read a book. The book, I've forgotten the person's name, that if you want to be successful in achieving your dreams, share your plan with 20 people. Even if you don't have money, share your idea with at least 20 people. You want to start a business, and the business costs maybe 1 million. Target 20 people who can help you achieve that dream. You share it intimately with them. I tell you, my brothers and sisters, that will come to pass. Some will help you start up, some will help you achieve it, some will help you undertake, some will help you network with others to be able to achieve your desired dream. The second last I would say is, plan how to achieve your dream. Planning to fail is what? Failure to plan. Everything works with a plan. You must plan all your dreams. They say how to make your dreams come to true means that you have a concrete plan that allows you to have certain guidelines. The guidelines help you achieve your desired dream. If you don't have guidelines in life, it becomes difficult to achieve your plan. I'll give you an example. Many wants to become billionaires now. Is it millionaires or in Uganda billionaires? Billionaires, it means all the youth now have got million shillings. Now, you want to become a millionaire. You are dreaming, a billionaire. You are dreaming to hit a billion what? Shilling. How do you start hitting that billion mark if you don't have a plan? I want to say that whoever is listening to me, some might be doing business, some might not be doing business. But there are many businessmen in Arua city who started with selling eggs. You know these eggs? Some started with selling petrol or peck, and they are now billionaires. Some started with hawkering. They are now billionaires in this city of Arua. So the billion mark can only be made if you start small and you accumulate experience. Towards the end, you'll begin to live your dream. Sometimes I think there are other people who are living their lives which are not their dreams because they did not plan for. They think it is by luck. Because there are so many people who have money, but they do not know what to do with that money. Even in Arua, they want to live their life, but they have the money, and the money cannot do them anything. This week, Aita wrote in his timeline that money makes money. Makes money. And I said, no, man makes money. The money which man makes, then the money can make money through work. And therefore, I want now turn into, if your plans, this is the last statement for us, if you want to achieve and live our dreams, work hard and intelligently. Hard work has become a scarce commodity in today's world. There is no substitute for hard work. While many people question why their dreams do not come true, and they feel dissatisfied with their lives while watching TV, while doing many more other things, lying on bed, chatting, there are others who are dedicated to working intelligently. Hard work. As I said, there's no substitute for hard work. In whatever thing you're doing, please do it very well and work intelligently. Because the number of hours you spend on doing your dream thing adds up. At the end, your desired dream will come to pass. Small achievements that you achieve in your day-to-day will end up becoming a great dream come true. Therefore, I want to say that anything you do in your life, if it is not working towards achieving your desired dream, you're wasting your time. That is time spent on nothing. But of course, we need to enjoy the process. There's no other enjoyment we can have anywhere else. Once a milestone is achieved, for instance, if you're building a house, you've laid your bricks, and then the blueprint, the plans are there. You've set the foundation. You've cast the what? The foundation. You can slaughter for yourself chicken. That's a milestone achieved. You need to celebrate every process. The joy of celebrating your achievements gives you more energy to dream bigger. Or when we finished university, I was working with the Be Natural. I decided to buy with my first salary, 250, a bicycle, a sports bicycle. When I bought that blue bicycle, I was coming from Iwata, going to Idiofe. I celebrated that bicycle like nothing. I would ride to St. Philip's because I was not able to save money from Boda Boda. I was doing exercise. It means I had achieved something in my life, my own bicycle. And when Debo, you know Debo Ronald, he was working in a Kuluva When he saw that I had achieved my dream of buying a bicycle, they were saying he needs exactly a bicycle like mine so that he can be able to ride from Kuluva to St. Philip's. We went and we bought the same bicycle, the same color with Devil. We celebrated that milestone because it was a great achievement in our lives. Now the next one was when I bought a motorbike. They were again bought a motorbike. We celebrated the milestones. And then I bought a Suzuki Swift, my first car. And then there was like, no, you in Kampala, I'm in Dubai here. Let me again even buy for myself a car. They bought a car, Suzuki Swift. I bought for him. Every milestone, together with Joel, we would celebrate it because it's a great achievement in our lives. So I know we do have aspirations in our lives. We do have big dreams. None of the youth is living their dream. And therefore I can say that there's nothing for us to live yet. But we have a work in process and work in progress. And this gives me now the chance to get to my first question. I said, what are your blueprints? What are your dreams that you have in your life? What do you want to become like in future? Knowing that everything on Earth, planet Earth, is possible. There's nothing impossible. If somebody comes before me with impossibilities, don't discuss it with me. There's nothing under the sun which is impossible if you take yourself to doing it and do it the right way. You will achieve it. Many more other people have made it in life, and we can make it. Money has no color, money has no tribe, money has no nothing. If your success is whatever, please. These are the few things that I thought I needed to share with what a dream is, the barriers for us to living our dreams, and how we can make our dream come to pass. Thank you so much. I want to open it up. Baker, now I can see Baker, you're there. Thank you so much. Before I wind up, John, would you wish to speak for 3 minutes?
Thank you for allowing me to do this important discussion. I have enjoyed it to listen. I've enjoyed listening to you, talking about your dreams. I saw you grow. I saw you mature. I'm seeing you enlarging the achievement of your dreams. The things you have talked are realities about yourself. I wish every young person was here listening to you and actually going to put into practice the things that you have talked. Perhaps you will allow me to add 1 or 2 things. The other thing I want to add is never wait until you have all the money you need to do what you want to do. You will never have all the money you need to do all you want to do. Just start with what you have, and it will grow. It will multiply. God will bless it. We talk about faith in our religion. Where is the faith? Faith is starting something without seeing what possibilities you have. You just want to trust in that mighty God who can bless your efforts. And when you believe that way, God will lift you up and take you to your dreams. You will become what you want to be. Another thing that I experienced in trying to work towards achieving my dreams was fear of what other people will say about me. At the time I had grown up and old enough to build a house, it was difficult to build a decent permanent house, say around Arua town, because the fear was, what will people say? They will ask, where did you steal the money from? Because as who are you building this kind of house? Who are you to build or to buy this kind of car? Don't fear what others will say. Come out of your fear. Be the initiator, be the starter of the good things. Let others see and learn from you, to want to be like you, as Ronald was saying. And his friend was trying to emulate him in each step he undertook. And that made him to go into his business of transport, buying lorries to transport people. He's dreaming to buy buses, which might one day be true. He will buy buses. And so, let's not fear what others will say. Our people like discouraging people who are succeeding. Where did he steal the money from? Walk with your head up if you have not stolen anybody's money. But put your money into business. Let it multiply to give you the desires of your heart. And you will smile at the end. Okay? You will smile at the end. Be the initiator is my suggestion that I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for those words of wisdom and sharing with us. Baker, there is a statement I want to just make here. I've been torturing John when I was growing with him. Every time we're at home, I would sit and ask him many questions.
Up to midnight.
Up to midnight. When I am with him, I would ask questions. I would ask questions. And I learned again, this great man called Albert Einstein said, if you want to walk far, climb on the shoulders of those who come ahead of you. If you want to see far, climb on the shoulders of those who come ahead of you. Because your experiences, what you might be experiencing ahead, have already been experienced by others. And if you just sit under their feet to learn. So John, thank you so much. It's a process for me. I keep learning, and learning is continuous. And I want to urge everybody, please ask until you achieve what you want to do, and ask the right persons. Make relationships with those who are better than you. Don't make relationships with those who are under you. They will pull you down. Be friends to those who are better. They said if there are 9 thieves, you have a relationship with them, you'll be the 10th one. And if there are 9 rich men in town, and you are friends with them in Arua city here, you'll be the 10th rich man. If you are hanging out with the people who have no idea, they are always on WhatsApp, watching TV, Telemundo, or banging those stories, and there are 9 of them, you are in them, you'll be the 10th one. We are exactly today what we were 5 years ago. But the opportunity we have as youth today is we can set the blueprint for us to become 5 to 10 years in the future what we want to become. And the time is now. Time is running fast, and thank you so much. Is Joel on phone? Joel. Baker.
All right, thank you so much. Seeing I had Joel online.
Oh, excellent. Just through you.
Yes, I'm online.
Oh, thank you, Joel. I asked him to join. And Baker, Joel, you're living your dream life. And I'll tell you something that happened with me and Joel in Dubai. I came from Dubai Friday. Joel came back from Dubai yesterday. Joel made me to drive in a car which I've never dreamt of driving on Earth. I've never dreamt of driving in Earth, but I drove it in Dubai with him. So, Joel, how are you living? No, you're not still living in your dream life. Your dream has not come. You're still in process. But 5 minutes, if you can share with the youth of St. Philip's, just at 5 minutes, and then I'll hand over to Becca.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable, for the invitation. And thank you also the youth of St. Philip's for organizing this Zoom meeting. I think it's really be more frequent because through them, you'll be able to learn quite a lot of things to do with entrepreneurship and life, general life. Yeah, I will really not say I'm living the dream yet. It's still very, very far. But I always say that a dream without a vision will become a nightmare. It's very good to dream, but you should dream along a vision you have set for yourself. What do you really want to achieve as a youth? What do you want to achieve 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? The moment you set this up, I can assure you, with consistency, with hard work, you'll be able to go very, very far. I always tell people an example. In 2008, when I set up our company, Jawada Consult, we didn't have a single job, but I sat in my one-roomed office somewhere in Kisubi. We had a building where we had set up a one-room office. I sat down listing 10 countries in which Jawadas will be by 2025. That's not a vision. That's our dream. That's where I want to move. So a friend of mine came and he looked at the list I was setting up. He thought I was running crazy because we hadn't yet even got a single job in Uganda. Now here we're talking about setting in 10 countries. That was what we were dreaming for. But I'm glad that 2021, we're now in 6 countries. Before this year ends, we should be in the 7th country. So, and this happens once you set a big dream for yourself. You say, this is where I want to go. But start small. Start small. We started 2008, we started with small jobs, 5 million shillings, 10 million shillings. Time came, we were at 20 million. We were doing Canon John. We did Tara gravity flow scheme in Maracha. There, I actually charged the Arua district. That time, I charged them 15 million shillings to do that work. But I'm very glad that from that time up to, I think, last year, we were able to sign a $10 million consultancy contract from 15 million shillings. So that means if you set up and you start small and you're very consistent, whether you're failing or you are progressing, you don't lose because you are looking at the bigger vision where you really want to go. So that way you find you will be able to achieve quite a lot of things when you look back down where you come from. So youth, we shouldn't be able to look at achieving something very quickly, like today, but look at the bigger picture. Set for yourself. You say, this is what I want to be doing in the next 15 years. And every year you should be doing something small to fit in line with your master plan, the blueprint, as Honorable said. That's where you want to be fitting. We put in all these targets. So the moment you have the consistency and you are looking through that bigger dream you want to achieve, for me, I strongly believe you'll be able to achieve it. Yeah, so that is it. And the moment you now start growing, there is a turning point you'll reach at some point. Like for us, we're doing small jobs, 100 million, it went to 150 million, 200 million, until we reached a turning point when we got a Mulago Hospital project. When we did Mulago, that was a turning point, because
Are you on?
small projects, moving into the smaller ones. So the moment you set up your vision, there will always be a turning point in your vision. Don't give up. And along the way, you always have tough times, definitely. Like I always tell people, there was a tough time we had up to a point where we had to sell a house where we were sleeping. We had to sell it off because business had become very tough. But that is part of the business one has to go through. But it is when you set a vision, you'll be able to move through it. And right now, because we've now crossed the turning point, we cannot achieve anything. We cannot move to any country across Africa. We cannot move to Dubai and have serious business discussions. Like what Ronald had said, we're able to move and have discussion with one of the top 5 businessmen in Dubai. And he invited us because he saw our potential. But he also wanted to show us his potential. So every morning he was picking us with a different car. And these are very powerful cars which are costing more than maybe 1 billion Ugandan shillings. But he also wanted to prove to us that he had a potential. But that all comes not just overnight. It comes over a period of time because you want to achieve a big target. But I really applaud the youth of St. Philip's for starting this. If you guys can do this more often, I really think it will be very, very beneficial for you guys. And also as Christians, be doing business. We left a lot of business to non-Christians. I don't know why, but we should be doing a lot of business as Christians, especially in the Anglican Church. You know, it's quite sad that in most Anglican churches you find people are very poor, but that shouldn't be able to happen like that. We should be able to do businesses. We should be able to do quite a number of things. Otherwise, thank you very much for inviting me. Yeah.
Right, over to you, Becca. Thank you so much for questions and comments. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Alfredra. Thank you for bringing in 2 great men with great ideas who have also spoken to us. Canon John Ondoma, I must say that I am grateful that at your age, you can sit down with us and share your experience with us. We long to see this time to come. Then engineer, that is Jaffa Aitajua, thank you so much also for coming on board and sharing with us how you sat down and achieved your dreams. We're left a few minutes to close up the whole Zoom talk. Allow me get on to our comments and our insights, always questions that you may wish to forward to our keynote speaker, Honorable, that is Alfredra, and Alfredra in turn can also direct them to the 2 people that he has invited alongside with him. So just simple, you raise up your hand, you go to the icon of reactions, you raise up your hand, and I will choose your hand. Then you put in whatever you want to know from this great man. And as I did tell you from the introduction of this great discussion, that we do this Zoom talk every month, once in a month, and it happens in the 2nd week, once in a month. And this was supposed to happen last week on Sunday, but unfortunately, some event took our speaker away. That's why we postponed it today, but we are grateful that it did happen to them. A lot of things were discussed. I don't want to repeat them. Just be aware that this talk is being recorded and it is going live on YouTube. That is the YouTube page of St. Philip's Church of Uganda. So if you're missing, I'll be sharing the links on Facebook, on Twitter, on WhatsApp, on Telegram, in any social media platform that I am in. I'll be sharing the links and you can follow it and watch it again from the YouTube platform. I have a number of hands which are already up. Just be brief and hit the point you want to say, like on top. Let me begin with Philip. Babwa, welcome. You can unmute yourself and hear your issue.
All right. I hope you can hear me, Becca.
Yes, Philip, I can hear you.
Okay. Greetings to everyone. Honorable Afidra. Greetings to you, and on that side, greetings to you, Joel, and the rest of everyone else. Very inspiring talk for us, and it is always challenging. I appreciate these great gentlemen for what they have shared with us today. I think watching the lives of these our speakers today has been, and it continues to be, something that inspires some of us every day. Currently, I am based in Kampala because I'm doing masters in Mulago. But one of the things that inspires me every day is, because I'm in Mulago every day, actually, I keep telling some of my classmates and some of my colleagues that this Mulago here was, because I studied in Mulago before it was renovated, and after the renovation, now I'm also doing masters. I keep telling my colleagues, the person who did this renovation comes from my area. It is always motivating, but I keep telling them this company was not an international company. Like, this is someone who comes from West Nile, where I come from, that renovated Mulago. And I keep telling them, even me, I must reach greater heights. I don't know how we did it, but like today, Joel has just shared with us a few of those things. But I would also just, on this end, want to ask, for example, colleagues like Honorable Afidra, Joel, as we carry on, in this struggle as young people to make ourselves better, if if any opportunities present themselves, not for handouts, but opportunities that you think you can use to challenge us to be better people, if we come across your mind, if our names cross your minds, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We shall be swift enough to align ourselves to those opportunities. One thing I want to discourage is the place of youth just asking for handouts and asking for free things. But if you guys, in whichever offices you find yourself, in whichever business deals you find yourself, if you happen to get opportunities that you think can challenge us, that can give us a challenge to think, to make ourselves better as youths, please always don't hesitate to reach out to us. We shall be glad and we shall take up those opportunities with gladness. But otherwise, just even the way you've spoken to us is encouraging enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Philip. Thank you so much. Belinda, send your hand up. Then after Belinda, I'll take questions.
Just a minute.
Belinda, you can use. Somebody, Belinda, your phone is making noise. Maybe you're in the same room with Honorable. You may choose to use what he has. Yes, Belinda? I'm not getting you because the mic is off.
Okay, it's on. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. This evening I've really been so much inspired, and whenever I am inspired, I celebrate. My motto is inspiration and celebration. Thank you so much, speaker, this evening, and Uncle John and Uncle Joel. Thank you so much for sharing with us your experiences. And as well, I just want to share something for a few minutes about an experience, a dream that I'm trying to actualize right now, and how I'm making it alive, apparently. A few years ago, when I joined university, that's Makerere University, that was, I think, the 2016-17 entry. I was in the Lugbara Union at Makerere University, and the first time I attended a meeting with the Lugbara Union, my life was saddened. Why? The number of girls that attended that meeting was really not pleasing at all. And I felt a very big burden within myself to do something about that. And so it is that burden that created a very strong desire inside me and gave me a basis of my dream that have always envisioned myself. Right from that time, I've always envisioned myself leading a group of girls and women and maybe giving a helping hand to them. And I must testify, I'm trying to actualize it right now, and I thank God for that. But how was I able to bring that on board and keep that dream alive? And up to now, how am I trying to make it? Firstly, when I came up with that idea, I wrote it down. And each time I would look at that notebook and what I wrote inside that notebook, it would remind me of a burden that I'm carrying inside of me. And that way I would always be reminded to do something about girls back home here, my sisters back home here. How am I going to lift them so that they reach my level and we increase the number of people at the university, especially girls at the university from Arua and from the Greater West Nile. So noting that down in my notebook kept on reminding me. And then secondly, how I kept my dream alive was say my dream aloud. Like Honorable said it, you speak to someone about a dream and you achieve it together. You make a dream come into manifestation and being recognized in the universe through your actions is what I'm doing right now. And then thirdly, of course, I knew my dream couldn't be achieved in only happy hours. I know I go through a lot of stress. There are things that do happen to us. So what I do right now is give unconditional love to my dreams. No matter what happens through thick and thin, I must ensure that that dream is achieved. This is basically how I've been able to achieve my dream. And I thank God it is happening. I've been able to, reach out to girls in many societies. And actually, for the ladies in the group, we have an ladies evening out on 11th of December. You can be part of that. And we have a charity coming up. We call it the Share Christmas Charity. That's on 18th of November. And I thank God Honorable is right here. Maybe next time I can be able to go to his constituency to talk to the girls right there. Thank you so much, Becca and the team.
Thank you so much, Belinda, for those words. There are a lot of messages that are dropping in the chat box. A lot of them, I may not really read them all, but guys, thank you for being part of this discussion. How I pray that this talk does not only remain here, we put it in practice. The Bible is even clear that do not be hearers only, but instead be the doers of the word. That's what James tells us. So if we just listen and we don't put these things into practice, I must say that it won't be okay. Let me cross over to Patience. You are next. Yes, Patience.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope all of you are okay. I also I love this. I love the whole session and I love everything about this. And I also felt like I should add something that can help anyone out there. So I've been noting down everything that I've been saying, and I feel like first of all, for you to know your dream, you have to first understand yourself and know that you're never perfect. You can draw your plans. You can say that maybe I want to achieve this by this year, but then you end up maybe like making a mistake somewhere, and then you get hard on yourself. And then when you get hard on yourself, of course, you'll not be able to progress. When you make a mistake, understand that it happens sometimes. So forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Pick yourself up and begin moving. Maybe if some dream did not actually come out the way you expected it to be, there's a room for you to make changes. Yeah, you can make changes. You can improve on yourself, and you improve on your society. Also, another thing that I can talk about is you can socialize with the people around you. People that you get actually may help you. Don't segregate that maybe like this person is not from my tribe, the other person is from my tribe, so I should socialize with basically people from my tribe. I personally am a Madi and I'm a friend to Becca, and that's how I got to this place. You see how friendship and socializing can help us out. So And another thing I can maybe sell to someone there is everyone is special in their own way. Everyone has a gift that God has given them. So never feel less of yourself and never let anyone make you feel less of yourself. That's all I had to say for this evening. And thank you so much for organizing such a session.
Thank you so much. Thanks for those words. Honorable, as our keynote speaker, I'm sure you're taking note of some of these things, and I will request that you go and visit the chat box. There are very many messages there for you, as I'll be bringing you on to conclude this evening's event. So you'll have to maybe say a word or two on the messages that people are dropping there in the chat box, because all like everyone cannot speak here on this platform since our time is battled off. Let me cross over to Marvin, then I will bring in Banyo Luigi later on. Yes, Marvin.
Thank you, Becca. Good evening, everyone. I'm so much delighted to be part of this chat, part of this discussion today. I also got to know about it through Becca. I am not I'm a youth from St. Philip's, but because we are friends and he thought it wise to share it with me as well, I am really very glad to have been part and to have heard from the great men of wisdom and generosity with their knowledge. I thank you so much, Honorable. I thank you so much, Uncle John, and I thank you so much, Engineer, for sharing your knowledge with us, for preparing us for the world of tomorrow, because the world coming in front of us is going, one time will be on us, the youth. So it is very important for us to learn these things right now and follow from your footsteps. I am so grateful. I'm speaking as a student of Bachelor's of Commerce from a University Business School, the main campus. But I would love to always identify myself as an economist to be, because I love economics and my dreams and aspirations align to being an economist, to being a currency trader across many other countries, not only here in Uganda. And I also have a dream to start my own fisheries. I want to deal in fisheries sometime. Well, my inspirations were purely because of my love for economics. And one thing I have always faced as a challenge is trying to show up daily to make sure that I'm an inch into my goal, I'm an inch getting closer to my goal and all that. But I'm so happy that I've learned a lot from this today, that no matter what, the storms, we must always keep showing up. We must always keep believing in ourselves. We shouldn't be afraid of what others think about what we are doing, provided it is in line with our passion and aspirations. Yeah, and I must confess that from today, I'm never going to stop showing up, because after achieving my dreams, or even getting closer to them, I hope to be a philanthropist someday and give back to my community in any way that I could inspire them. I could offer financial resources and all that. I'm very, very much delighted once again. Thanks, Becca, for inviting me in here.
Thank you so much, Marvin, for accepting my invitation. Wow, guys, I love this. A lot of messages are dropping. Just be sure that before end this show, I'll be let you know when our next Youth on Alert will be, and it will be on the okay. Let me say that in the second week of December. Okay, second week of December, which will be it will be the day where our next Youth on Alert talk will be held, and I'll let you know about the topics and the speaker and how you should prepare ahead of it. Let me cross over to Banyo Luigi. Last time I called him Mr. He said, no, I should just call him by myself. allow me just Banyoluchi. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Last time I said Mr. is for tall people, but I think
Wow, your network is not all right. First, wow, unfortunately, we have lost him. I'm sure he will come again online. Yes, Luigi, you are back. Yes, you can unmute and talk again. I know it's a network challenge, which is trying to do things there for you. Yes.
okay, yes, thank you. Yeah. Network knocked me out, but I'm back. I want to thank you for organizing this and for all the presenters, Honorable and I hope someday I should meet you. And I'm eager to. I hope after this I can reach out to you.
Wow, the network is doing us no good, God.
Also say is that dreams have everything that is when we give ourselves the opportunity to dream, we bring to life things that we are not, in addition to the world. I look at Arua Hill Stadium and I'm like, okay, what kind of development will this bring in? Because one or two people sat down and said, we need to put this in place. The fact that they
Wow, Luigi, unfortunately, I think a heavy network problem on your side, but I hope you'll join us again shortly. And it's already 7 p.m. the time actually we had agreed to end the talk, but just know that I started it at 10 minutes late. We started at around 10 past 5 p.m. You will pardon me. We shall also end it 10 minutes past 7 p.m. because I love to be a good timekeeper because people have things that they are doing. Allow me bring on, that is Honorable Afira to finalize the talk. You have heard what people have taught, what people have heard out. You have read all the messages that they have dropped there in the chat box. You know what the challenges are, what their fears are, how they have applauded you, and everything. So back to you as you summarize the talk.
Thank you, Becca, and thank you, everybody. I want to speak now plainly to the youth as I end. Marvin, our world of tomorrow starts today. And to all who are listening to me, we don't have another tomorrow, we have today. We must begin to do what we want to do to achieve our dreams today. There's no tomorrow. What we have is today. And we work towards that. 2, Marvin again said she wants to become a philanthropist. You give what you have. What you don't have, you don't give. And that's why I said hard work, we must do work today. If you want to give tomorrow, we must work today in order to give tomorrow. We cannot give what we don't have. 3, Belinda, thank you so much for putting into action your dream. Dreams get modified along the way and people get it. The key thing there is you had an idea. I said dreams come from ideas. Youth across Uganda, across Sudan, across Africa, We can conquer this Africa, we can conquer the world. Europe cannot conquer us, US cannot conquer us. We have the same mind, we have the same brain, we have 24 hours, just like any other person. So the ability for us to deliver does not know color, does not know anything. We must conquer Arua. Therefore, in the next 5-10 years, we should be able to have people that can speak like Joel, that can speak like me, that can speak like any other person, not like us, but greater than us. It is possible, nothing stops it. I didn't share with you all my stories. It is possible. It is possible, nothing should stop us. We must believe in what our dreams are and our aspirations are, but talking too much without action is useless. Then I need to commission, I would say, those who are under my sound, I commission you to go and act. As John said, just begin to do it with what you have. Never wait. I talked about waiting to become a perfectionist. You will not do it. Just begin doing it, and you will achieve it in your life. I've seen many messages. Philip, maybe you joined afterwards. I made a statement about luck, and I want to re-echo it. In this world, there's nothing like luck. You talked about opportunities. There are so many opportunities in the world. Everybody has a piece in this world. Because you're unique, it is only you who can do your dream, not any other person. If you don't do it, nobody will do it. Indeed, true, from networks, the opportunities can come through us. But Arua Hill is a beehive. This big investment is going to be a beehive, an incubator for so many technologies, for so many businesses, for so many things. If you begin to do it now from an idea, you will become part of that. We are discussing with Joel how cleaning services, we want that place to be one of the best, cleanest places in West Nile or in Uganda, so that people know if you come to shop here, they can be able to get a good place. So many opportunities, but are you prepared? Are you prepared? So how do we prepare ourselves? We have the opportunity to prepare ourselves in education. We have the opportunity to prepare ourselves in businesses, to start small and go. We have the opportunity to prepare ourselves in politics, in leadership. We have the opportunity to prepare ourselves so that we can conquer the world and live our dream. It will be a pleasure of mine that all of us become independent and we contribute to humanity. And we are doing all this for humanity. If you go, I want to end with a text. If you go to Genesis 1, verse 26 to 30. Genesis 1, verse 26 to 30. It talks about the creation of the world and when God created man and created everything and told man, you will have dominion over this. That means you have control over the birds in the air, the fish in the sea. You will have dominion, complete control. As we live our dream, are these things controlling us or we are controlling them? Because we're living our dream, it means we should be able to convert the fish into fillet from muddy and export it and get money. If we're living our dream, the people in Congo should be able to convert the trees into timber and wood and good furniture and export it. If we're living our dream, it means the cattle keeper should be able to convert the sheep skin or the skin of cows into shoes and we manufacture. If we're living our dream, are these things really controlling us or we are in control of them or it is under the hands of other people? So the opportunities are a lot. And I will end with this statement with Belinda. You made it, and I want to rewrite it. An idea which is not written down is pointless. You have an idea, you should write it down to have a point, and you share it. You talk about it many times. Many times. Everybody will believe in you. So let nothing stop us from our aspirations, and the sky will be the limit for us. These are my take homes. Thank you so much, Baker. Thank you so much, Joel. Maybe next time you need to invite Joel. He's an entrepreneur. He can speak good about entrepreneurship, and I know he'll be able to come in to help us, because in that beehive of Arua Hill, we need to speak so much and share so much. Thank you. Have a blessed time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our speaker, that is Honorable Alfred Joel. I mean, Alfred Ronald. I'm not confusing Joel with Ronald. Thank you so much, Engineer. I hear Joel for coming in. Then thank you so much, Uncle John. And I thank everyone who has participated by listening, by sharing your comments, by texting, by buying enough data. You've been online for about 2 hours. It's not easy. Thank you so much. I respect all your views and the time that you have given for this great discussion. Luigi, I've seen your message here. Thank you so much, because you couldn't speak it out. You are saying that everything that is real today was once an idea. Whenever we dream and take action, we also make it possible to inspire others and provide opportunities for others. The world needs our own contribution. So when we change the way we see things, the things we see change. Once we keep the positive outlook of everything, so many possibilities emerge. Thank you so much. Our next Youth on Alert will be on 19th of December. 19th of December. It will also be a Sunday, and it will be the last one for this year, and it will be the fourth one for this season 1, and it will close the year. So mark your calendars very well. On 19th of December 2021, we shall be having our next Youth on Alert talk. I'll be bringing a topic and also the speaker. I'll share it later on, but it will be a little bit earlier so that we can prepare ahead of this. Maybe you joined later. Allow me just go through a few things for you to pick something. When our keynote speaker started speaking, he spoke a lot of words, and just allow me to repeat a few for those of you who came in late. Something that you need to know is that nothing comes in by luck. Okay, and then dreams are important for all ages. That is something that I want you to know. And how important dreams are, because dreams give your life purpose, they give direction to our destinies, it gives meaning to our life, set our life choices. And he gave us a big testimony how he started his investment with buying bicycles, going to buying 6 bicycles, then starting book investment, now owning Jubilee finance institutions. Then there are also challenges in life that he spoke about, if you missed it. And the greatest one that he pointed out was about comparison, fear of change, and success. And one thing that I don't want you to miss out is that success is unknown, and people fear what is unknown. That is what he really stressed out, and that's what I want you to take note of. And then also perfection, whereby people want things to be neat. People want things to be set first before they bump into things. He also spoke about that. And then seeing ourselves less than who we are. I can put it as low self-esteem. Then time, we don't give time for ourselves to do self-examination, a lot of things. And one thing that we should work on is delayed gratification, which our uncle, that is Canon John Ondoma, clearly defined it as waiting longer to be happy with what you want in life. You wait longer to be happy with what you want in life. So those are some of the few things that I really wanted to point out. Then when our engineer Aita came on and spoke a few things, and one thing maybe you need to take home and go with is that we should plan how to achieve our dreams. Then he said that work hard, and that hard work should be with intelligence. So there's no substitute for hard work. So those are some of the few things that we need to know. A dream without a vision is like a nightmare. Come on, This is so powerful. And lastly, before I close the show, is that an idea that is not written down is pointless. Guys, I must say that I am grateful, I am honored. My expectations, they're all met and they have been fulfilled. Thank you so much, Honorable, for honoring our invitation, for coming to speak to us. And I believe we shall invite you again, maybe also to share about some other different topic. And I'm sure you will not let us down. Thank you so much, Joel. Thank you, each and everyone. Our number was growing from 40, 20, but guys, thank you for being online online for this long. Since this is a talk which is Christian affiliated, we shall close it with a word of prayer. And I must throw it back to people who are sitting together with Honorable there. Honorable, I want to give you opportunity to choose somebody with whom you are sitting there to close this session with a word of prayer, and we depart at will.
I've chosen, so he's going to pray. You are? Emily is going to pray.
All right, thank you. Amen. Unfortunately, Emily, your microphone was off. We didn't hear anything, but,
God has heard our prayers, and we thank you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
We can live at will. Thank you so much.
Sorry, my phone blacked off.
Emily.